Hi! So, welcome back to Deb Explores. My name's Deb. I am wearing the same thing you may have already seen me in a vlog recently, or in a vlog to come, because it is the same day. So, I'm not just wearing the same thing on and off. This is literally within a few hours. But the reason I'm wearing the same thing is because I've literally just finished the 10k and then went to another experience, and I'm exhausted because I thought it was going to be a good idea to go 10k and then go to a 12 o'clock showing, not realising that I was going to finish the race before 8 AM. Yeah, didn't think that one through. But I've had a great day, it's been a long day. I'm going to chill out after this for a little bit. But where I have been, I had a ticket for Mickey Mouse in Picture Perfect, which is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad cast member previews. It's been a great day. It's been a great experience. I loved it. So I'm just going to talk about the experience today. I don't know if I'm going to be there for opening day because it is a day where I usually work, and I wasn't able to get a fast pass because when the fast passes came out, I was driving at the time, and safety first. I wasn't going to drive and try and make a fast pass. I do have a fast pass, but it's for the 5th of March and not opening day, so if I can go, I will be there. So for me today, it was very weird when we knew in our email that any cameras and phones we had were going to be bagged. So we turned up and we were given these grey bags to put our cameras or phones in, and then we had to seal them off, and they were checking them as they went in because they want to contain the magic so that it doesn't get out with cast member previews, so that all of you guys and all guests and those that haven't been able to make cast member previews don't have everything ruined for them and can experience this for themselves. But for someone that vlogs very often these days, or if I'm not vlogging, I'm usually on my phone, on Instagram, doing live stories with video, it was very, very strange to not have a device in my hand, which is kind of sad really. But I enjoy doing videos, making videos like this for YouTube, or just collecting memories in a way, because I guess it's like a digital scrapbook. It was strange, but I got to enjoy it, and I got to enjoy it with a bunch of other cast members, just people that I met in line, because you're all cast members and you all just share that together, and everyone's got that welcoming personality, and you just have fun together, these kind of experiences. So we went in, we had a photo op just outside as soon as we went through all the road bushes and the wall of cast members, stopping anyone that didn't have a reservation that day going further forward. So they took some pictures of us by the Mickey and Minnie sign, so I'll put it here maybe. We took some photo pictures there, then we went through into the inside of the queue line. Not too much has changed instantly with the queue. There's some posters up, so I guess that's a little bit different, but it's still got that red look. Oh, by the way, there's gonna, if you didn't realize already, there's gonna be spoilers in this video because this is what it's for. So we went through the queue line, not too much had changed to start. Then there was a sort of walkway queue line, a bit like, kind of reminded me similar, something between Rock and Roller Coaster and Mickey's Filler Magic, where it has that back and forward. There's a little area at the bottom, and then you go through these doors into the pre-show. So the pre-show was kind of what I expected it to be. It was picnic, perfect picnic. Yeah, perfect picnic. It's Mickey and Minnie in their animated short, taking you on this little journey or adventure, I guess. And they're in their car and they're going along, and it's a wonderful little day, and there's a little sing-song that I can't remember right now, but I'm sure once I've been on it a few more times will be stuck in my head constantly. So they're doing that, they meet Goofy, something happens, they go over a speed bump or the rail tracks, a pie goes in the air, it goes into Goofy's exhaust thing? I don't know. It goes into Goofy's train, and he has a bit of an accident and goes kaboom, and then the screen just kind of within a blink of an eye just all opens up, and it's really, I was expecting something like that, but I expected it more for like the curtain to lift or the screen just to lift up, but it was almost like an explosion had happened through the screen and it bends out and creates a doorway, and it's really, really cool. I love how Disney are doing this with their doorways these days. They do it in Rise of Resistance when they have the lightsabers come down the doorway, and it's a similar idea of going into the animation in the cartoon, which I thought was really effective and really cool. I love things like that. So you go through and you're into the loading dock for the Runaway train. This is completely new. This is not the loading dock or the up and down area before you go into the Great Movie Ride. Everything has been taken out of this building and replaced with new. You can't go through this building and go, oh, that's what that used to be, and that used to be the alien area, and that used to be Tarzan and Jane. They've completely stripped this building apart and put something brand new in there, including the queue line and everything. So that's very impressive. So I understand why we've obviously got that building that they've used, and then California and Disneyland are going to get a brand new building, I believe, for the same ride, which is why it's taking a bit longer, because they need to construct an entire building for it. But it's impressive what they've done. There's some little lights. It's kind of like the Thunder Mountain, I guess, with the little dim mine lights, with the wooden scenery. So you go through the aisles there and you load at the dock. There was continuous trains. When I was there, there was a train that went in front of us. We'd loaded a train, and as we were loading, there was literally a train coming in behind. I think there's 4 different carriages per train, 3 or 4 different carriages per train. So it's quite an ongoing, rapid pacing people eater of a ride, which is something that's needed. I think with the parks being so busy these days, they need these rides like this. So we loaded in, we went through, instantly started into this sunshine, bright, lovely cartoon. The colours in this ride are fantastic. They just pop so much. It goes through a few different little scenes and they don't really link, but it's from the very get-go, from the start, there's Goofy comes out on a screen, so the doors open from the front of the train and there's a screen with Goofy. The definition on it is fantastic, and he doesn't look as much of a drug addict as he does in some of the cartoons, because to me that's what he looks like, and I'm not a fan of Goofy in this new set of animation. It's not my favourite animation. I also don't really like Chip and Dale in the new animation, and they're my favourites, and they just don't look as cute and troublesome. They just look a bit, I don't know, it's a very sharp, strange animation. It's just personally not my kind of animation. But Mickey and Minnie look fantastic in it. Goofy looks a lot better in it for a family attraction. But then something happens and his front carriage goes off in a different direction, and you're left with 4 separately moving carriages that are not unlike Ratatouille, Star Wars, that trackless type of vehicle, the Penguin Encounter at SeaWorld, those kind of rides. And that seems to be what Disney's going for these days with brand new rides, and I think there's a lot of flexibility that you can use with those that I do really enjoy. So those all go their independent little ways. There's a few different scenes, very colourful scenes, one with a volcano erupting, and you turn and go into this big area that's a bit like if you've been in Ratatouille, with the screen all around you. So you feel like you're going down a waterfall and you're moving, and then the bubbles come up, so then you reverse back, and that same scene that you've been in with the volcano is now an underwater scene. So there's projection or just different lighting techniques that make it look like a completely different room, even though it's the same room. I found that really effective, and I found it, that made me quite excited. I like when they do quite smart but simple techniques like that. So then that took us into various other rooms. There was a room with Daisy that just seemed out of the blue, because it was like Daisy's dance class. So there's a Daisy with the same sort of technology as in the Frozen ride in Epcot, where they project the faces onto the sort of animatronics. So it's that kind of technology throughout, and Daisy's making you kind of do belly dance. So they go and there's 4 of you in the room in the carriages, and they go in little squares, and then it goes into, I think it was a cha-cha or conga, and it was like woo, and there was flowers on the screen, and it kind of like parties out of the room and into another room, which was quite fun, enjoyable. You're like woo, flying all over the place. If you're not friends with the people next to you, you will be by the end of this ride, because you're like swaying all over the place into them in quite a few of these rooms. And there was only 3 of us in our carriage, where you can probably fit, depending on if it's adults, if it's like really slim people, if it's children, if it's a mixture, probably anything between 4 and 6 people in each long carriage, with just a little bar down, which I think is needed just to keep everyone in and to stop people getting out, because people get excited in these rides and they keep wanting to jump out, because that's what happens, and people want photos, or I don't know why people want to get out. They just always seem to want to jump out and see things. There's quite a few scenes that just don't really make sense, but they're fun, and it's an animation, and it's like you've crashed through the scene into the animation, so hey, we'll just go with it. But it was super fun. So I did enjoy the technology. I enjoyed how at the end the cart came together, and though we were the second carriage when we went in, we suddenly became the front carriage behind Goofy. So we saw Goofy on the screen behind the train that was moving, which was pretty neat. And it was such a colourful ride. I think if you have young children who are a bit scared of Star Wars being a bit darker, if you have people that just don't appreciate Star Wars, so don't really appreciate Rise of the Resistance, also don't want to get up that early for Rise of the Resistance at the moment, then this is a very good comparison to it. It doesn't have the same thrill. Well, not the Rise of the Resistance is a complete thrill ride, it's an experience, but it doesn't have that same in the way that I get excited by going through the room with the AT-ATs. Or going up elevator shafts. It's all on the one floor, on the one level. There's no drops, no sudden twists and turns or anything to scare anyone that might have high blood pressure or not enjoy the more sort of crazy rides like that. So it's, I suppose, a more subdued version of Star Wars. It's a very colourful, very family friendly, family orientated ride. I don't believe there's any height restrictions that I saw when I walked through, so you can take any kind of child on it, of any age. There's nothing scary in it, I don't think, from my opinion. Maybe a little bit loud at times, but nothing scary because it's very vibrant. It's cartoonish, it's fantastic. I will always miss the gangster over cowboy any day, especially when you're a really good actor. I will always miss the gangster getting onto my tour group as we go around the movies and hijack it and take over, and that's always going to be a nostalgic part of a ride for me. It wasn't a great movie ride that I'd done as a kid. I didn't actually experience it until I was an adult in my 20s, but I always did enjoy it because I love the movies. So that'll always be part of me there. But this is stepping into a new era and new makeover of the park, I guess. Things are changing with the times. Different things grab people's attention these days. So I do believe it is needed. And as much as I did enjoy the Great Movie Ride, I think, as Walt Disney said, we need to keep moving forward and opening up new doors and exploring new rides and technology with an open mind. So I did enjoy it. I'd definitely get a fast pass for this ride. I don't think I'd wait anything over an hour for it. It's quite a... I think I expected it to be a bit longer than it was. It's quite a short ride. Absolutely nothing wrong with that though. It was fun for what it is. It's fast paced, it's quick, it's catchy, it's fun and vibrant and great. And I think maybe if it was a bit longer it would drag a bit much. So I think that for me, I felt it was a little bit short, but I think I just wasn't sure what to expect. I definitely would do it again. I'm looking forward to using my fast pass to go on it again. I'm looking forward to taking some pictures because the colours are so bright and vivid that they're going to show up so good, and I'm so excited to share that at some point. But for now, I just wanted to express my feelings of what I thought about it, and I did think it was great and fantastic and very fun and exciting and great for a family audience. And I hope to get another vlog out in the future where I can input some more footage, because to preserve the magic we obviously weren't allowed our cameras and phones, as I said earlier, and I completely understand that. But I did take some pictures outside of it with my magical ticket, so I'll put these in now. If you've enjoyed this video, of course, remember to high five the little like button, hit subscribe for more videos coming soon, and I will see all of you in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for just letting me ramble to a camera for ages, and have a good night.